Imagine a decision made 1,500 years ago still shaping how you buy coffee, own a home, or sign a contract. That's the enduring legacy of Emperor Justinian I. His greatest achievement wasn't a monument, but a system of laws, the foundation for justice that still echoes in courtrooms and law schools worldwide. Justinian's vision was to rescue and organize 1,000 years of Roman legal wisdom, ensuring its survival for future generations. This story begins in the Byzantine Empire, where Justinian's campaign for legal order would become his most lasting gift to Western civilization. Justinian rose from humble origins, born to a peasant family in the Balkans, far from the marble halls of imperial power. His ascent to the throne was nothing short of remarkable, a testament to his intelligence, determination, and the support of his ambitious uncle, Emperor Justin. From these modest beginnings, Justinian would go on to shape the destiny of an entire civilization. He would come to rule the Eastern Roman Empire, also known as Byzantium, with boundless ambition and a vision that reached far beyond the city walls of Constantinople. Justinian saw himself not just as a caretaker of the empire, but as a restorer of its lost greatness, a leader determined to reunite the fractured Roman world and bring order to chaos. His dreams were grand and multifaceted. Justinian sought to restore Rome's ancient glory, not only through military campaigns that reclaimed lost territories in North Africa and Italy, or through awe-inspiring architecture like the magnificent Hagia Sophia, but also by forging a society built on justice and stability. He believed that true greatness lay in the strength of a society's laws and the fairness of its institutions. The legal system he inherited was a tangled mess. Centuries of decrees, edicts, and contradictory rulings piled atop one another, creating a labyrinth that even the most learned scholars struggled to navigate. For ordinary citizens, the law was a source of confusion and frustration, rather than protection or justice. Justinian recognized that this chaos was more than an inconvenience. It was a threat to the very stability and unity of his empire. Without a clear and consistent legal code, corruption flourished, disputes dragged on, and the emperor's authority was undermined. Justinian knew that to secure his legacy, he needed to bring order to the law itself. His solution was as bold as it was unprecedented: the Corpus Juris Civilis, or the body of civil law. This monumental project aimed to collect, organize, and clarify centuries of Roman legal thought into a single, logical, and fair body of law. It was a massive undertaking, requiring teams of scholars, jurists, and scribes working tirelessly under Justinian's direction. The creation of the Justinian Code was more than just a bureaucratic reform. It was a revolutionary act, one that would shape not only the Byzantine Empire, but also the future of law in Europe and beyond. By establishing a clear and accessible legal framework, Justinian hoped to create a society where justice was not a privilege for the few, but a right for all. The Justinian Code was not just a reform, it was a revolution in how law could serve people. Its influence would echo through the centuries, laying the foundation for modern legal systems and ensuring that Justinian's grand design would endure long after his reign had ended. The story of the modern legal world begins in the heart of the Byzantine Empire, in the year 528 AD. At this time, Emperor Justinian I, determined to restore the glory of Rome, recognized that the empire's laws were a tangled web, centuries of decrees, edicts, and traditions, many of them contradictory or outdated, made justice confusing and inconsistent. Justinian's vision was bold: to bring order and unity to this chaos, and to create a legal system that would stand the test of time. To achieve this, he appointed a commission of the empire's finest legal minds, led by the brilliant jurist Tribonian. Their mission was daunting: to sift through centuries of Roman law, analyze thousands of documents, and decide what should be kept, revised, or discarded. The commissioners worked tirelessly, poring over ancient scrolls and legal opinions, debating the meaning and value of each rule. Their task was not just to organize, but to eliminate contradictions, clarify confusing passages, and create a single, unified legal code that would be fair and understandable for all citizens of the empire. This was a monumental effort, requiring both deep knowledge and careful judgment. In just over a year, their hard work paid off. The commission produced the Codex Constitutionum, a comprehensive collection of imperial laws that became the foundation for further reform. This was only the beginning of Justinian's ambitious project. Next, they compiled the Digest, or Pandex, a vast anthology that distilled the wisdom and judgments of Rome's greatest jurists into a single, organized collection. This work preserved centuries of legal thought, making it accessible to future generations. To ensure that the next generation of lawyers and judges could understand and apply these laws, the Commission created the Institutes, a clear, accessible textbook designed for students. The Institutes explained the principles of law in straightforward language, making legal education possible for many. Even after these monumental achievements, Justinian did not stop. He continued to issue new laws, which were collected as the Novellae, or New Laws, ensuring that the legal system could adapt to changing times and new challenges. Together, these four works, the Codex, the Digest, the Institutes, and the Novellae, formed the Corpus Juris Civilis. This monumental achievement brought clarity and order to a chaotic legal world, laying the foundation for legal systems across Europe and beyond for centuries to come. The Corpus Juris Civilis stood on four pillars: the Codex, the Digest, the Institutes, the Novellae. The Codex compiled all valid imperial laws, organized for easy reference. The Digest gathered the best legal reasoning from centuries of Roman jurists, arranged by topic. The Institute served as the official textbook, ensuring every law student learned from the same foundation. The Novellae collected Justinian's new laws, showing the system could adapt and evolve. This structure created a living, logical, and enduring legal framework. Justinian's Code became the model for justice, rooted in tradition but designed for the future. The Justinian Code wasn't just for scholars, it shaped daily life. It clarified contracts, making business predictable and fair. Family law balanced Roman authority with new Christian values, protecting women's rights and securing dowries. Property law distinguished between possession and ownership, preventing endless disputes. The Code addressed civil wrongs, offering clear remedies for harm or negligence. These rules brought stability, fairness, and order to everyday interactions. By making the law accessible and predictable, Justinian's Code helped society function smoothly. After Justinian's death, his empire's legal brilliance faded in the West, replaced by local customs and trial by ordeal. Yet the Corpus Juris Civilis survived in the Byzantine East and in hidden manuscripts across Europe. In the 11th century, its rediscovery in Italy sparked a legal renaissance. Scholars at Bologna studied the Code, reviving Roman law as a serious discipline. Their work spread across Europe, training a new generation of legal minds. These scholars became advisors, judges, and administrators, transforming European law. The Justinian Code's revival was like a light switched on in a dark room, illuminating the path to modern justice. The legal revolution begun at Bologna, spread across Europe and beyond. The Justinian Code shaped the civil law traditions of France, Germany, Spain, and Italy, influencing the Napoleonic Code and legal systems worldwide. As European empires expanded, they exported these principles to Latin America, Africa, and Asia. Even in England, Roman law influenced commercial and maritime law, despite the rise of common law. Today, the structure of civil law in countries from Japan to Argentina traces back to Justinian's reforms. His code's journey across continents proves the enduring power of a well-organized legal system. Justinian's vision became a global legacy. The leap from ancient Roman scrolls to modern law is shorter than you think. When you sign a contract or buy property, you're relying on principles first organized by Justinian scholars. The Code's clarity and fairness underpin our global economy and legal systems. Its method of logical reasoning shaped legal education and practice, especially in civil law countries. Even common law systems owe much to the Roman tradition of written, rational law. Justinian's greatest gift was the idea that law should be public, accessible, and above the whims of rulers. This principle remains a cornerstone of modern democracy. The story of the Justinian Code is more than a tale from dusty tomes. It's a vivid reminder of how the past continues to shape our present in ways we might not even realize. Imagine a world where chaos reigned, and laws were scattered and inconsistent. Into this world stepped Emperor Justinian, determined to bring order and clarity not just for his own time, but for centuries to come. One emperor's quest for order and justice still echoes through the ages, influencing the contracts we sign, the rights we defend, and the very structure of our legal systems. Justinian's vision was not just about power, it was about creating a legacy of fairness and stability that would endure long after his reign. History isn't just names and dates, it's the living foundation of our society. Every law, every right, every tradition we hold dear has roots that stretch deep into the past. The Justinian Code is a perfect example of how ancient decisions continue to influence our daily lives, often in ways we take for granted. By exploring stories like Justinian's, we gain insight into how vision, determination, and effort can truly change the world. These stories remind us that history is not just something to be studied, it's something to be learned from, something that can inspire us to shape a better future. The preservation of Roman law was a deliberate act, a conscious decision to safeguard knowledge and wisdom for future generations. Thanks to the efforts of scholars and scribes, these ancient texts survived wars, upheavals, and the passage of time, allowing us to benefit from their insights today. If you found this journey into the past compelling, subscribe and join us as we continue to uncover more stories that connect past and present. Together, we'll explore the people, ideas, and events that have shaped our world and discover how history is always closer than we think. Let's unlock the secrets of history together, one fascinating story at a time. The adventure is just beginning, and your curiosity is the key to opening new doors to the past.